Welcome to Bits and Pieces Quilting. Today I want you to help me decide how we're going to make this quilt. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Michelle, and today I want to walk you through my design process and then get your advice and your opinions on what quilt we should make. I was drawing around in my software program, looking at the different options for a specific quilt block. And that got me thinking, maybe I'll show you how I do this, and together we can decide what's the best option for the quilt that we want to make. So I started with this, and maybe I'll hold it up here now, but maybe I'll put a photo here if it's hard to see on the video. This is a cute little boy next to a quilt, and it is from a calendar. It's a Missouri Star Quilt Company calendar. It's on the back side of April. I ripped it out of a calendar many years ago. I actually went on the internet to see if I could figure out what year April looked like this. And I think the most logical option is 2020. April looked like this in 2009, 2015, and 2020. I think I ripped this out of a Missouri Star Quilt Company calendar in 2020. The block, they've called it a tilted 9-patch quilt. And I don't know if you can see, I'll put the photo up here, it'll be easier for you to see. What they've done is they've taken the 9-patch and then surrounded it with some flying geese units, and then the background to sort of round out the unit, and then laid them across the quilt. So that's easy enough. But then I got to thinking, this is this could be a super scrappy block with all kinds of potential. So I mocked up the first one, and here it is. This is if we do a scrappy 9-patch in the middle with a standard set of color, with a one color for all the flying geese unit to frame out that 9-patch, and then just rotate them slightly, like to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, across the quilt. And this is what you get. And that's really cute. And that's option one. Is that the quilt we should make? Let me take you to the computer now and show you some of the changes that I've made and how that impacts the layout. And maybe there'll be a different option for us to sew together. So let's go. So the first one I want to show you is this one. And I love it. I think it's really cool. Let me show you first the block. So this is the block. And if you look closely, you can see that I've just changed these pieces in the 9-patch to background fabric. And I've moved a couple of these squares out to the edges to kind of create a little jagged line through the center of the block, and then a piece over here in the corner just to fill in that corner. And then when we save this to the quilt and turn some of the blocks around, we get this design with this really sharp Ohio star here and a smaller one kind of buried here with this brown square in the corner. That's because that square in the initial block is the same color in each one. But if you made this scrappy, that would be a scrappy 4-patch. So this is a nice design. It works best as a square, and it becomes 68.5 inches square. You could add another 4 or 2 blocks, but then that starts to get really, really big, and I don't think I want to make it that big. So option 2 is called Clearly Ohio. This is option 3, and I'm calling it Magic Diamonds because you get these really fun diamonds that appear as secondary designs across the quilt. So let's take a look at the block. It's the same block. We've got that scrappy 9-patch in the middle, and I've just turned around the direction of these flying geese units. That's all, just one little change, but what a difference it makes in the quilt. I laid it out as a 5x7 layout, and you can see the dimensions up here, 58.5 by 78.5. What do you think of this one? Magic Diamonds is option 3. Option 4 I've just called Ohio Star because I think these blue and red Ohio Stars just jump out at you. It's a square quilt as well because in order to get these designs to replicate, you can't just add one more row, you've got to add two more rows. So it starts to get really, really big at that point. But let's take a look at the block and I can show you what changes we've made. So I hope you can start to see the remnants of the original block and then just the little pieces, the little bits and pieces that I've moved around. So in this case, I fractured up the 9 patch in the middle and moved some of the blocks out here towards the edge. And then I also decided to change the colors, to reverse the color on these two down here in the corner, in the bottom right corner, change the color of the flying geese units. Instead of having the blue center triangles for the flying geese, I moved those out to the edges and then just played with the scrappiness of it a little bit. So it's reminiscent of the original block, but just a little bit different. And so then when we add that back into the quilt and we spin things around a little bit, you've got these big, bold blue and red Ohio stars. And then there's Ohio stars in here as well, but because of the color changes and some of the background fabric, they're maybe not quite as noticeable. So this is option 4. This one is option 5, and I'm calling this one Mosaic Star because as soon as Jason looked at this one, he said it looks like a tile mosaic. And I love that description of it. I really wanted to reduce the amount of background fabric that was required. And so this is my attempt at doing that. So let's look at the block. Again, I hope you can start to see where the original block is still kind of in there, and some of the changes that we've made in the others have carried over to this one. This is just adding a few extra pieces, mainly here in the corner, and then I think this one as well is an add-on, but it makes a world of difference in terms of filling in some of those blank spaces that were in the previous design. So let's go back and take a look at the final quilt. This is also the square size because of those big diamonds, but you've still got your Ohio star here, but it's filled this time with blue instead of red. It's got these other pieces here to take up a little bit of the background. And then there's just all of this color. And can you imagine? I've really quite standardized my blocks, but can you imagine a full scrappy version? I think it would look. And the final one I'm going to show you, I'm not going to call this an option because it's not an option. I don't like this one at all. But I wanted to show you that sometimes designs just don't work. And this is one of them. So I didn't even give it a name. We're not numbering it. It's not an option because I think it's just a little bit of a big old mess. So let's just take a quick look at the block. There aren't that many changes here. I switched the colors on the flying goose units and I added these corner pieces. That's it. Some really, really simple changes, but when I put it all back into the quilt, I just did not like it. The secondary patterns get completely lost. You have these 4 patch blocks in the middle, but that's just kind of boring. And then these kind of stretched out weird kind of star things appear. I didn't like this and I was so surprised that such a small change could result in such a crazy mess. So, to recap, there are 5 options. The first is the simplest and the truest to the original photo in the calendar. The second is a very spacey magic diamonds approach. The third is definitely an Ohio star. I think I called it clearly Ohio. The fourth is where we start to get into the real mosaics. And then we have the blue and red Ohio star and then the mosaic star. So leave a comment down below. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on these different designs. You'll notice I didn't put in the big mess. We're just not even going to talk about that. So, what do you think? I am really interested in your thoughts as to which project we should make. And I'll commit to it. I'll take a survey of all of the comments. Majority wins. We're a bit of a democracy here. And we will make the quilt that you have decided we need to make. I'll make a whole video, walk you through it step by step, write up a pattern, give you a sense of the fabric requirements, and it's going to be a fun adventure. So let me know in the comments down below which of these options you prefer. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to make the most of your fabric bits and pieces.